It was minus 15 with the wind chill up here.
Oh, was
Houston,
it?
Texas, it's got to be warm there, right? Let's hope so. Southern Illinois, okay, a little
Well,
chilly.
we have snow here, so
Yep,
I'm
yep,
willing to send it
California.
21.
Bundle it up. Oh, South Carolina says it's 38 degrees. Oh no.
Oh.
Chilly, chilly, chilly. Oh, in New Jersey, it was raining yesterday. No.
So this is why we need to pay good attention and come to learn about these destinations and go somewhere warm,
Caribbean. Absolutely.
right?
Even if it rains, it's warm rain.
That's right.
That's
Sunshine,
right.
liquid sunshine.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, welcome everyone. We're so happy you're tuning in. We're sorry that it's cold and yucky, but we're going to dream, all of us, that we're in warm turquoise. And what did we say? Three shades of, Nancy? Three
Blue.
shades of blue and three shades of paradise. So everybody, let's put on our, I've got my heater on and my humidifier in my office to pretend that I'm with all of these ladies in these gorgeous destinations. That actually one of us on camera is, I think,
Mm.
somewhere very special and amazing and warm today. You could see who's the glowiest of all, and then you can guess. It's wonderful to be here with you. My name is Sabrina. I'm with Spoiled Agent, and we have some fantastic guests. First, Nancy Drolet, the founder of OneCaribbeanUSA.com, who brought all of us together today. Thank you for that. How are you, Nancy?
I am great. I'm chilly, but I'm so happy that we've got our wonderful partners here and that we get to think and speak all about sun, sand, and sea. And then turn around and look at the snow and hopefully book ourselves to the Caribbean soon,
I love
right?
that. Well, and they can find great agent rates with OneCaribbean.com. So there's lots
Absolutely.
of great things to look at. You can take a look and among all the resources and things. So I won't talk too much about that. I'll do the housekeeping, of course, but I do want to introduce the lovely Shelley John is here with us today, Director of Sales with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She's stepping in for Mr. Richard McLeish, who's the Director of Sales US, but feeling just a bit under the weather. He's here behind the scenes, however, but he sent his best, most representative, beautiful person, and that's Shelley today. How are you, Shelley?
Pretty good. A bit of a cold, but hoping to get that next soon and probably thinking I need to head to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and take a nice swim and get rid of it. And Richard,
That's right.
I imagine we'll try to do the same and we're going to try and get you guys going there too.
Wonderful. There's nothing like a jump in the salt water. I would be all over
Yep.
that. Kadesha Jordan Salome or Salom, sorry, trade coordinator. Curaçao is with us also today. How are you, Kadesha?
Yes, I'm doing fine. Sunny Florida over here.
Yes.
Nice weather. So I'm ready to, provide information to all the advisors.
Wonderful. Well, we're ready to hear it too. Of course, this session is going to be recorded. So if you have to run for any reason, not to worry, you can catch it on the Spoiled Agent page for One Caribbean USA, which I will share with you. If you
Mhm.
have any questions, I see a hand raised. Please help us out because we don't unmute. It will be a little too crazy. Help us out and put that in the Q&A for us. If you put it in the chat, it gets lost and buried. But if you put it in the Q&A, we get an actual report. We can send that forward to the team members
Mhm.
who are presenting today, and there can be a wonderful follow-up. Hello, Winter Peg, Manitoba. And then,
Ah,
of course, we have our recordings as well on our YouTube channel. So make sure to check that out. And Nancy and I, of course, Nancy always hosts fabulous webinars, but this one was no different. And there's three beautiful destinations you can watch on our YouTube channel. I'll share that one with everyone as well. I want to say hello to everyone tuning in on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook with us. And also share that we do have some prizes from these very generous partners, right, Nance?
absolutely, we do. Always great to get some spending money. Oh, look at that. to get some spending money before Christmas. So I'm grateful too that St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Curaçao, and the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board have also donated to the cause to help you guys with your Christmas spending. And hopefully you spend it on yourselves and maybe on a flight to the Caribbean, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So there are 4 gift cards to win. One,
Mhm.
each of them are for $50, and you don't have to tell your partners or family. We're not going to tell them. You spend it on yourself, like Nancy says. That's the rule. Okay, absolutely. And let me just see by reaction of heart if you've sold these destinations before or heard of them before. Let's see if you have any hearts for that. Let's see who knows about these destinations and who have sold them. Okay. And then show me some claps if you have been already to One Caribbean USA to this site. It's such a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic site.
Woo! Love the
Okay.
claps.
And I
Yay.
love to see who hasn't been yet because that means that there's going to be new team members coming to join us. So without further ado, I'll let us get started. I see still raised hands. I'm going to lower those hands and ask if you have a question, please just share that with us in the Q&A, and I'll let you go ahead and get
Awesome.
started.
Okay, so I'm going to flip over and let's make sure that I do this all correctly. And you tell me if you can see the full screen.
It's going, it's going, it's getting there.
Going. Yeah,
It's
click.
going. Come on.
It might
And
need
there?
some warmth. Do you have there?
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
bingo, we did it.
Yay!
Good job.
Excellent. So we've put all the presentations together in one. Thank you again, Sabrina. Thank you, Spoiled Agent, for being an awesome partner. Many of you might have attended the most recent Spoiled Agent virtual trade show that we did at the end of October. I want to remind you that you can go back to that virtual trade show and download information from all of our wonderful destinations and hotels that participated. And as Sabrina mentioned, there's a great Spoiled Agent YouTube channel, and this recording of this particular webinar will be there. But as well, don't forget to access previous webinars that we have done. The last time we did a webinar, we did 3 Caribbean countries that most of you had never heard of: Saint Eustatius, Montserrat, and we did Guyana. Now, these countries, you may know a little bit more today about these countries, and I'm delighted that we have St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have Curaçao, and Nassau Paradise Island, the promotion board, to present on their product. So without further ado, we're going to get started. The first thing I'm going to do, though, is tell you about One Caribbean USA and what we're trying to do to help you sell more of the Caribbean. And of course, to help educate yourself on what the Caribbean is all about. So, all of us together are One Caribbean, and we're united in our effort to promote the entire region to you and to your clients. So we wanted to create a single focal point. So instead of having to access a number of different websites, especially if you've got a client sitting in front of you that doesn't know where they want to go, we wanted to be able to bring everything into one place. And then if you need even more information, we've got the links there to send you out to the destination's website so that you can inquire and get even more information. So we are a resource for information, but we hope you'll also use us as a sales tool. So you can link your website to ours. We are not a booking site. We're not a selling site. We're a resource and a tool. If you have a client that doesn't know where they want to go, send them to the website and they can come back to you and book. We also have generic articles, roundup articles that we post every 2 weeks. You can use those articles and send those to your clients. You have clients interested in diving, clients interested in hiking, clients interested in art or ecotourism or whatever it might be. You can take that article, send it to your client, and we have a new one every 2 weeks. And hopefully it will enlighten your clients about destinations that they might not have even thought about visiting in the Caribbean. We also have our current event calendar that highlights all the wonderful events that go on in the Caribbean throughout the year. It will be updated shortly to include 2026 events. Right now, it shows all the events through to the end of this year. This is the map that's available for a download on the site. It's on the main page to download. And then when you click on destinations, it shows you the Caribbean. I mean, the challenge we all have is that we never remember where things are located. And so we wanted to show you the entire map of the Caribbean so that you know how easy it is to get from one country to another. We also, incidentally, have a list of ferries on our website so that if you wanted to ferry from one country to another, you can do that. Our hope is this year we will add more inter-island carriers, and thus we can promote to you how you can do some island hopping and visit maybe 2 islands or 3 islands while you're on a vacation. Of course, we've got a great accommodation sector. So do check out our hotel partners. We're adding more every day. A lot of them are smaller boutique properties, apartments, villa rentals, etc. And of course, there's all inclusives. So you can go on and ask any question that you like. We're trying to add as much information as we can available from each property. Here's the ferries, and of course, hopefully, we'll be promoting inter-island travel. And then what's new? If you can see at the top right of this page, once you have registered and then you log back in, you can click on any one of these countries and it'll pop up for more information. So it'll give you the contact information for each of the 3 countries that are listed here today. But over and above that, it has links to their specialist programs, links to Sherpa. If there's any trade sales tools, this is where we put it. And then on that particular icon that says agent rate and incentives, once you click on that, it'll open up and it shows you the list of all the destinations and it will give you the links to their specialist programs. If they have an incentive program, then there's a link to their incentive program, and any agent rates that they send me, that's where it goes. All the caveats are in there, and then there are links on how to book. So don't forget that that's there, but of course you have to be a member of One Caribbean USA in order to access this information. Help us help you. So the more of you that join, and it is free, the more we can get destinations and hotels and airlines, etc. So the more that we can improve and be even a better resource to you, that's what we want to do. So help us help you. Please register. That really does help us. By the way, I wanted to point out in the webinar that we had the last time around, you all asked me to add dental services to the medical at the bottom, and we did that. So each of the countries that is listed on the website has dental information, in addition to medical information, in addition to the hyperbaric chamber, etc. You asked for it, we added it. If there's something that we're missing, you let us know. So without further ado, we're going to head into the destinations now, and we're going to start with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And Shelley, thank you so much for stepping in for Richard. Richard, I know you're behind the scenes and that you're sick and you've got this terrible flu. And Shelley, you're sick too, but hey, not as sick as Richard. So I'm going to just click over into your presentation and you take it away from here, okay?
So hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here today, and a pleasure also to step in for Richard, because we gotta stick to what we gotta sell here. And we are going to introduce you to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm not sure how many people know about it, but we are located in the Southern Caribbean, just south of St. Lucia and north of Grenada. And on the right, you'll see the map, St. Vincent, the main island, and the main inhabited islands shown below in a chain which goes all the way down just north of Grenada. So when you're on the closest island to St. Vincent from Grenada, you can actually see the clothes hanging out on the lines next door. So we're all very close in proximity. So some fast facts, we're just 150 square miles in total, just over 110,000 people. As we said, 32 islands, only 9 of them are inhabited. We have 5 airports in the entire destination. The main airport, the Argyle International Airport, is located on St. Vincent. We just have a dry and wet season, mainly, the dry season being the summer, winter months, the rainy season being the summer months. Average temperature, a lot warmer all year round than where we are. So always, no matter what, it's always great to be there. Generally, we are below the hurricane belt, but these days you just never know. And we just go with the flow. As you can see, this one headed north this year, you never know, but we are generally below the hurricane belt. We speak English. We use the Eastern Caribbean dollar, which is pegged to the US at 1 US to 2.67 Eastern Caribbean dollars. And most hotels are quoted in, well, all hotels are usually quoted in US dollars because we go through various markets and it's fixed. So we have some main niche markets that we promote. And obviously, with 32 islands, what better place to go sailing? You can go on day cruises, you can charter, fly into St. Vincent, charter a boat for a week, go down to the islands for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, come back up, catch your flight in St. Vincent and head back north. Another of our main markets is Eco Adventures. And St. Vincent is a very mountainous country, the main island. Lots of waterfalls, lots of hiking. We do have an active volcano, which there's a picture in the background there. So clients interested in that can do that hike. Diving, well, 32 islands, main island, it's volcanic, different sort of diving than in the Grenadines where it's more coral based, and you can definitely do both on one trip. You can dive on St. Vincent, go down to one of the other islands and dive there too. So it's a diver's paradise. Romance, well, of course, with all these islands, it lends itself to being romantic. You can get married on one, you can honeymoon on another. And our marriage requirements can now be done, our marriage licenses can now be issued online. So you can stay in the comfort of your home here in North America and you can apply for your license and it's all set and ready to go. You just get to St. Vincent 24 hours before and you can say those I do's. And accommodation in total, we are not an area of mass tourism. Currently, we have just under 4,000 rooms, which are spread between resorts, boutique hotels, which are smaller, villas, guest houses, apartments, and Airbnbs, but a little off the beaten track. And as you can see here, Mustique, one of our islands, is it's mainly villas, which are rented year-round. There are 2 small hotels there, but other than that, it's villas, and that's just one of them there. Mandarin Oriental, another of our bigger hotels. It's on Canouan, and 61 rooms, very opulent, on a fantastic beach, just separated from the Atlantic by a fantastic reef, but completely accessible from St. Vincent by a plane. Also the Soho Beach House, which is the only one in the Caribbean currently, as was the Mandarin, the only one in the Caribbean on Canouan. And you see the photo there, fantastic beach, fantastic facilities, 40 rooms, just what your clients are looking for. On St. Vincent, the Sandals Resort was opened last year. As you see, it's nestled in a lovely valley. A river runs through one side, right where the spa is located. So you imagine sitting and lying and having a massage at the spa, and you're hearing the gentle water running by. No need for piped-in music. The resort is just out of this world. It has just been rated the world's best all-inclusive by the Travi Awards, sorry. Young Island Resort is also on an island by itself. It's 200 yards off St. Vincent. 26 cottages, all strategically placed, some on the beachfront, some on the hillside. They're in the process of doing some renovations now, but they're fully open. And you can also rent the entire island. So think about that for a getaway.
And your family.
Yes, a wedding, business buyout, anything. The Holiday Inn is fairly new, opened last year also, more of a business person's hotel, sports teams. It's on mainland St. Vincent, and it's very close to the Argyle International Airport. So coming soon to St. Vincent, we have a Marriott Autograph Collection, which is also going to be on the same side, on the leeward side of the island, closer to the Sandals, and also a beaches. Is set to open in the next few years with 360 rooms, widely anticipated, and we're looking forward to those new accommodations. So just a little bit about what happens in January, February. We have the Mustic Blues and the Bequia Music Festival going on. February, we have the Conch Festival down in Union Island. In March, and we can move, we have Man versus Nature, which is an extreme run across the rugged hills in St. Vincent. April is Sailing Week and the Bequia Regatta for those clients looking to do some competitive sailing. In June, July, we have Vincimas, which is just the best time of the year to be in St. Vincent if you want to be, fully integrated with the locals there. Play mass and have fun. And then in December, we have the 9 Mornings Festival, which is unique to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where 9 mornings before Christmas, we wake up in the wee hours of the morning, we head to the streets, there are concerts, there are competitions, there's bike riding, there are the carols, you can go to the beach. It's just a fantastic time when the whole country is lit up and alive for Christmas. So those are just a few of the events that take place. And some of the must-dos that you should do in St. Vincent is head to our St. Vincent Distillers Rum Factory and do the tour and experience the 84 proof strong rum, which it's called Sunset. And after you've had a dose of that, you may not be able to see the sunset, but you'll be feeling great. The Botanic Gardens, the oldest in the Western Hemisphere, a fantastic place to visit. And must-dos also, the Owia Salt Pond, it's lava rocks. It forms a pond, a very scenic area, the Tobago Keys, which are a group of 5 uninhabited islands in the Grenadines, a sailing paradise. Once you go sailing, you must go there, spend the day. The Dark View Falls, just one of the over 100 falls that we have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's two falls. We have lots of falls. Black sand beaches, great to experience. It's supposed to be fantastic if you have arthritis. So try it. And getting there from the USA, we have JetBlue out of New York. You see the schedule there, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Caribbean Airlines, also flying out of New York. We have next Delta, which is starting on December 20th. The inaugural flight will be December 20th out of Atlanta. Then American Airlines, which flies out of Miami at this time daily, and out of the US, out of Charlotte and out of New York on a seasonal basis. And how can we help you? Well, if you become certified as an SVG, a Discover SVG Pro, you can win some fantastic prizes. And right now we have agents who are logging their bookings on the site, and we have 3 monthly prizes. As you see there, $150, $175. And at the end of the year, next year, we will have our grand affair in St. Vincent, and we will be bringing down some of these winners to this big event. So we encourage you to become certified, qualified to sell St. Vincent confidently, and we look forward to having you there. And if you have any further questions, feel free to contact Richard or even me. I see somebody there from Manitoba. So feel free to contact us and we can help you in any way. So it was my pleasure.
That was awesome, Shelley. Thank you so much. I know we didn't give a lot of time, but oh my goodness, you've packed a lot in there. And we'll show everybody's contact information at the end, but don't forget, they're also on the website. So when you sign into One Caribbean USA in the advisor portal, click on the country name and up pops all the contact information. Let's move on to Curaçao. So Kadesha, you take it away. You have to unmute yourself and we can't see you. There you are. There's beautiful Kadesha.
Thank you, Nancy. So once
pleasure.
again, welcome. Thank you for being here. And I'm Kadesha. I'm representing Curaçao, and I'm going to give you a few facts about the island. Some of you might have heard about it before or not, but the island is a very small island. It's about 171 square miles. The average daily temperature is about 84 degrees year-round with a nice sea breeze. The hottest months are August, September. We speak 4 languages, English, Dutch, Spanish, and Papiamento. There's over 70 dive spots on the island. The highest point is 1,230 feet. And our capital, which you can see on the screen right now, is on the UNESCO World Heritage List.
Beautiful.
Something you might have heard about Curaçao the last few months as well is that our soccer national team has qualified for the Soccer World Cup for the first time. It's the smallest country ever to qualify. So we're very happy and proud of that. So I encourage you all to follow our team next year for those that are into sports, of course. So the must-sees and a visit while you're in Curacao is, of course, our capital, Willemstad. As I mentioned before, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a very unique area where it tells a lot of the history about the island. It's a nice walking through the city. There's no cars going around. All over the city, you can see all these beautiful murals, very colorful. Something very typical about Curacao, the colors. Everywhere you can see colors. Many of these are from local artists, international artists, and we want to showcase how lively and beautiful our country is as well. We have over 35 beaches, of course. In the Caribbean, you must visit the beaches. Some of them are you can pay, or some of them are just public beaches. There are smaller, like more intimate coves. They're not long stretch beaches, but like we always say, it's like you can have your own beach while you're in Curacao. The good thing is you can do beach hopping because a lot of them are pretty close to each other. So you can do half day this beach, next hours the next beach. It's all up to you. It is a view of how our beaches look like, crystal clear water, 50 shades of blue. You can have also a lot of water activities. Almost all the beaches on the island do have either somewhere you can rent like water bicycles. It's up to you. Depends how adventurous you are. If you have smaller kids also, they have all type of activities they can be doing while on the beach. As I mentioned, we have over 70 dive sites. As you can see, It covers a whole stretch of the island. For those that are into diving, I promise you the water is crystal clear. Visibility is up to 1,000 feet. What people like a lot about Curacao is that you can dive right offshore. You don't have to go on a boat to do diving. So that's one thing they like a lot about the destination. As I mentioned, crystal clear view, healthy corals, for those that love diving. And of course, food. Something that Curacao is very known for is our diverse culture, and that's how you see back in also in our gastronomy. We have food from all over, fusion, local, but we encourage you to please, 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 even though we have such a nice restaurants, flavors from all over the world, please try one of our local dishes. There's a lot of small places in town and also in other locations where you can try our local dishes. I promise you, they're all very delicious. Like this one specifically is the stew goat, which is popular on the island. We have also the kishiyana, which is a very popular dish, especially towards this time of the year, is where people cook the most kishiyana. It's a cheese dough filled with meat. Very, very delicious dish. So when you visit the restaurant, tell them Kadesha told you to ask for the kishiyana. Some activities and attraction also. Of course, it's a beautiful island. Just make sure you visit our museums. We have the oldest synagogue still in continuous use right in town. So when you visit Willemstad, make sure you make a stop and visit the museum. You can also do visit our more rugged area. This is more to the western side of the island, where you can see the more nature side of the island as well. Also, you can swim with turtles. This is a very popular attraction currently on the island. Kids love it. Just make sure you don't touch them because, we are in their space. So they allow us to swim among them. So we just have to be respectful for that. Of course, Carnival. Curacao is big on Carnival next year. Carnival starts in January, ends in February. So for those that are looking into information about the Curacao Carnival, I encourage you to go to our website. All the dates are already listed. It's a short period next year. So I encourage you to start looking into the information. You can always reach out to me for more details as well. And of course, North Sea Jazz Festival. These are all some of the festivals that are on the island. This is one of the biggest one, of course. Each year we have artists from all over the world on the main stages. It's an outdoor festival. We encourage you to, come visit the island and get a different vibe. I'm sure some of you have seen these artists, especially coming from the US, but this is going to be a different setting. It's going to be literally the Curacao style. And of course, last but not least, many ways to get to this beautiful destination. We have flights from North America, Caribbean, South America, and Europe, specifically for North America from Miami, New York, Newark, Charlotte, Toronto, Montreal, Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, and our latest addition, Chicago, which we're very proud of. This flight is going to start exactly this weekend, Saturday, December 6th, a direct flight from Chicago to Curacao. So this is the schedule for the winter schedule for Curacao this year. American Airlines is a twice daily from Miami. Charlotte is also a daily flight. We have also from with United. It's going to start. It's already started since November. It's a weekly flight. United Delta also went to 4 times a week. JetBlue daily, of course, Suriname Airways, Air Canada, and WestJet. So there's no reason why you cannot send your clients to Curacao. We have plenty of options and ways to get to the destination. So please reach out to us. We have more information. I wanted to tell you so much, but I can't. I only have 10 minutes.
Oh, well,
So
I'm going to remind everybody that they can also reach out to all of you and set up webinars or
yes,
attend
correct,
one of the webinars that you have going in other, venues.
correct.
Because if there's office trainings or things of that nature, that's a great way to go more in depth into each of the
Yes.
countries here today. So don't,
Thank you.
no, a pleasure. Thank you, Kadesha. And I'll have her contact information pop up at the end of this presentation. So Nassau Paradise Island, I'm actually going to do the presentation for Nassau Paradise Island today. The gentleman that was going to do it had to hop on a flight, and unfortunately, the flight time did not work with the time of this particular presentation. It's my pleasure to do this. I actually used to work for a hotel chain in Nassau. So I feel like I'm at home here and I can speak to you about Nassau Paradise Island. So sun, sand, and sea, yes, that's definitely what you're going to get in the Bahamas and in Nassau Paradise Island. Beautiful turquoise waters, white sandy beaches, Cable Beach, Paradise Island, over 300 sunny days a year. So beautiful location. Of course, a hop, skip, and a jump from the US. What do you find in downtown Nassau? Art, history, and culture. Of course, the National Art Gallery is there for the Bahamas. Christ Church is a cathedral that dates back to 1670. And then there's a couple of forts, Fort Charlotte, Fort Fincastle, Fort Montague, and of course the Queen's Staircase that was recently upgraded and definitely worth a visit. If you haven't seen it lately, go back and take a look. Because it has been cleaned up and a lot of upgrades done to it. If you've never been to the John Watling's distillery, it's worth a visit, and it's one of the best places to try some rum. It was over 170 years, 170 years ago that they started making rum. So it has been a fixture, this location where you can go and taste all the yummy, yummy rum. There's also a pirates museum. John Watling's was a pirate, and there's a pirates museum that you can visit as well. The Junkanoo Museum, it really is a must visit. Certainly, it gives the history of Junkanoo, but it shows a lot of the older costumes. It shows how the costumes are made. It's really quite fascinating. So if you haven't been, go because it really is something worth doing. There we go. Oops, I slipped past Gourmet Getaway, and I want to tell you that they have amazing chefs in Nassau, in Nassau and Paradise Island. Of course, Grey Cliff. Most of you probably know about Grey Cliff, but there are a ton of celebrity restaurants in Nassau. There's cooking classes in a number of different locations. I mean, you've got everything from all of these Michelin starred through to Arawak Key, which is a great place to go for a fish fry. So don't forget to do that as well. It's a great health and wellness destination because there are over 7 spas just in Nassau Paradise Island. You can even do yoga with the flamingos. You can go paddleboarding with dolphins at Atlantis. So definitely lots of activities to relax. There's 2 golf courses, 2 championship golf courses. There's the Royal Blue at Bahamar, and then there's the Ocean Club at the Four Seasons Ocean Club. So definitely top golf courses worth visiting. They also have lots of tennis and paddleboard available at the properties. Of course, romance. I mean, there are just tons of weddings that happen in Nassau and Paradise Island. Not just your destination weddings, of which there are quite a few, but of course, you can get married at one and have your honeymoon at another if you want to do that. Or some of the properties are so huge that you can be, your honeymooners can be in one section of the resort and have the actual wedding in another. So They've got tons of wedding experts on hand, of course, lots of resources to help you plan a destination wedding. And I will say honeymoon again, but I'm also going to tell you that there's a lot of pre-parties, pre-bridal parties that go down, both bridal female and the males that like to go over for a golf game, so that's of interest as well. There are some fantastic water parks here. There's one in Atlantis, Aquaventure, Baja Bay is at Baja Mar, and Fin Up at Margaritaville. So Nassau Paradise Island actually has, I think it's 18 properties that are part of the Nassau Paradise Island Promotion Board. I'm just going to show you a few. Baja Mar, of course, you're probably familiar, maybe more familiar with the Grand Hyatt, which are the two properties in the back. On the left side here, that's the Rosewood Baja Mar, and then the SLS Baja Mar is on the right side. So all three properties make up Baja Mar. And to the right of it, that's where you find the water park. Atlantis Paradise Island. I'm sure all of you know Atlantis Paradise Island. They have over 40 restaurants and bars, a 141-acre park. And this is where the Mandara Spa is. Both properties have enormous casinos, so definitely worth a visit. There are 5 properties within the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. So the Coral at Atlantis, that one, I can't even see that one. Hold on just a second. That is Harborside Resort, the Royal, the Cove, and of course the Reef at Atlantis. Comfort Suites is just outside of Atlantis, and I wanted to point this out because I think that's one of the best kept secrets, that you could stay at Comfort Suites and use a lot of the facilities at Atlantis. So check that out. British Colonial, one of the oldest properties in Nassau, recently reopened, so also worth checking out. Goldwyn is one of the newest properties, and that opened a number of years ago now, but beautiful, almost residential style accommodation. Great Cliff, stunning old location. Oh, it's a video. I don't think we have time for that, but I want to tell you that it's a definite must visit. It is stunning, surrounded by tropical gardens. They have a cigar making area, they have a chocolate making area, and they have the biggest wine cellar that you've ever seen. So it is really, truly a great place to visit. The Ocean Club, of course, is the Four Seasons property, so luxury property on Paradise Island. Margaritaville off Cable Beach, the site of another great water park. So Margaritaville has been around for a number of years now. Sandals Royal Bahamian, which had gone through extensive renovations and then reopened. And let me tell you a little bit about Nassau. That tells you a little bit about Nassau. So that's my quick presentation on Nassau Paradise Island. And you're seeing Brent's contact information. So Brent was on our virtual trade show. However, I am going to show you the contact information for all 3 countries. Sorry, can you guys still see that? You can still see the 3,
Yep,
okay,
absolutely. We can
great.
see that. Yep.
I stopped the slide presentation, but I'm hoping that you can still see the contact information for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Curaçao, Nassau Paradise Island, and that gives you the contact for Gori. And Gori takes care of marketing and communications, but she is the US contact. Richard, I know that you're behind the scenes. You're the contact for the US market, and Kadesha, of course, is the contact for Curaçao, based in Miami, for the beautiful island of Curaçao. So what do you think? Did we get it all in there? Do we have time for a Q&A?
Of course, we always have time for a Q&A, and everyone's contact has been shared on all the formats as well. So we've got that in there. I just shared it all again to make sure that everyone has that. But as the presentations went through, that's been shared in the chat with all the formats, Facebook and everywhere else. What a fantastic
Perfect.
presentation. I want to go right now everywhere. And now I just have to pick and call my travel agent and see. So we do still have some Q&A. I can tell you, Richard, thank you. I know you're not feeling well, but it's amazing. You've been there behind the scenes answering lots of great questions. So that's fantastic and super helpful. And I want to make sure to share also your website, Nancy. So it's on the screen there as well, but I'll make sure to throw it in the chat so it's easy. I'm going to take a couple questions that I have here on Facebook real quick, and then we'll move over to what we have here on Zoom. If you do have to run, we understand it's already 1:45, and we know you're very busy. So please go ahead and do so. You've qualified for the prizes, including our spoiled agent $250 gift card that we're doing once a month. As a matter of fact, today we're announcing the winner of the one for the month of November. So you could be a double winner. We're all good with that because we love to spoil. So what languages are
Wonderful.
spoken in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? I have 3 questions here. So that's the first one. And then they want to know about Curaçao, and I know there was 4, and then Nassau Paradise Island.
Is English. So I can answer for Shelley and for Richard that English is the language, of course, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and English is the language in Nassau Paradise Island. And Kadesha, English, Spanish, Papiamento,
English,
and
pimento,
Dutch.
Dutch, yes.
So Papiamento is almost a mixture of Spanish and Dutch, all mixed in,
Portuguese.
right? And
Yes,
Portuguese
yes,
all mixed in.
correct.
That's a language I want to learn. It sounds so cool because just the name Papiamento sounds amazing already.
Yeah, it does.
And maybe I can make sense of the half languages I speak. I can just throw them all in. But I know it's not
Oh,
like that.
yes.
It's a real language, Kadesh. I know it's a real language. I also speak
Yes.
Spanglish, but that's
It
not a
is.
language. Okay. What do we do to qualify for fam trips to any of these beautiful destinations?
Good question. Why don't we start with you, Shelley? I think you're going to talk about your SVG Pro.
Yes, so once you are certified with Discover SVG Pro, you have to be certified in order to go on a fam trip. So sometimes we do some fam trips throughout the year, and those persons are selected by various modes of participation if you're booked, sort of thing. Other than that, we at the end of the year we go through and choose winners who have logged their bookings with Discover SVG Pro to attend fam trips. So that's basically how we do it. But sometimes we do some targeted trips for certain agents that sell certain, sort of trips. Like some people may be into the outdoors or, like hiking and do those sort of trips. Or we may focus on people who may want to, sell island hopping kind of trips. But generally, we select from persons who have participated in our Discover SVG Pro program to attend.
And if I could add, I think it's really important that if you educate yourself on these destinations, the next step is to visit. And that gives you a well-rounded understanding of each and every country. Kadesha, how do you qualify for a fam trip for Curacao?
So up till now, we don't have a program in place. It's something we've been working on for the last couple of years. Hopefully by next year, we'll have it set up. As of now, we work with our tour operators. So that's how you qualify for a FAM to Curacao. Or if
Great.
you're planning to come to the destination, you can reach out to the tourist board as well, and we can assist. We can give you accommodate you the same way as we do with other FAMs. Yes.
And I can't answer on behalf of Nassau Paradise Island, but I do think that all of the major chains in Nassau Paradise Island offer amazing agents rates. So if you want to do it yourself, fam kind of thing, then do make a point of going on the website. And if you click into that advisor portal, you'll see the whole list of agent rates that are available both for all the countries that are here today, but the Bahamas is there. Scroll down to Nassau Paradise Island because Nassau Paradise Island has its own line separated from the Bahamas. Over to you again, Sabrina. Is there another great question we can answer?
Oh my goodness, yes. So which resorts offer butler service in regards to Nassau Paradise Island?
Well, that's a really good question. I know the Sandals does. If I'm not mistaken, some of the higher end room categories at Atlantis, I believe Ocean Club does at Four Seasons, but send me an email and I will link you up to the Nassau Paradise Island Pro that might be able to give you even more details. I would expect that Rosewood at Bahamar also has a butler level, but send me an email. I'll connect you and we'll get you all the properties that offer butler services.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just putting your email here for you. And then do you have a rewards program? That question came in when it was Nassau Paradise
Paradise
Island,
Island?
and it could be about One Caribbean or either. So if you want to just speak to any rewards programs that you know of.
Not one Caribbean Canada, of course, because we're not a booking platform, right? You can't book through us, and we don't, your clients, when they link to us, cannot book through us. We send them back to you. Everywhere where we mention booking, we say go see your travel advisors. So understand that we are your partner here. We're not trying to take your booking. For all of the Caribbean countries that are members of One Caribbean USA.com, once you go into the advisor portal, we have a list there of all of the incentive programs that are offered. There are some properties that offer incentive programs as well, but all of those programs are listed. As each country has them and sends them to me, I add them. So it's constantly updated. Okay.
Okay, absolutely. And okay, so I will share this information. Also, Vicky is asking for to hear from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which I'll put you in touch, Vicky, with Richard, who's actually on the call behind the scenes, and then Kadesha as well. This is in regards to speaking at the PTANA, Professional
Correct.
Travel Agents of North America in 2026. That's amazing. Thank you. That's wow. So, and they will see this full report, Vicky. So I'll leave this question in there so everyone can see that and they'll see your email and they'll be able to reach out to you with that those details. But probably it won't be Shelley because Shelley's in Canada. If this is a US event, then that would be Richard. I've put everyone's emails in there along with yours, Nancy, to make sure everyone has that because this is such a great resource. And of course, the website, just to make sure everyone can click through to that and make sure to be able to see that.
Mhm.
It's just such an amazing resource. So here comes the website link for everyone so that everyone can go and save that in your favorites. Trust me, you're going to want to.
And I
Wonderful.
every Tuesday morning, in addition to the e-blast that we send out with Spoiled Agent, every Tuesday morning, if you sign into the advisor portal, we have an e-blast that we update every Tuesday by 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and you can go on there for updates from all the Caribbean countries. Not every
Wow.
country every week. Some countries take a bit of a break, but if there's something that's new, something that you need to know, that's where we put it. If there's a new agent rate that we've added, we put it there. We just added Nevis as a country. We just added that in there as well. So anything that's new, that's where we'll post it for every country.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. What a wonderful, really wonderful time. What a wonderful webinar that's so chock full of great info. I want to thank you, Kadesha, Shelley, Richard behind the scenes, and Nancy, and offer any final words if you'd like to share any. Oh, sorry, we're going to say who the winners are. Just so you know, that's selected at random. There's 4 lucky winners of $50 gift cards, and you'll know that by next week. So just watch your emails, and we'll be in touch. And that's courtesy of these fantastic destinations who were so kind enough to provide that. So yeah, any
Terrific.
final notes,
Well,
Nancy?
just a huge thank you to you. Happy belated Thanksgiving to all of our friends. Happy early Merry Christmas and happy holidays, etc. Or whatever you celebrate. We're just thrilled that you could join us today. And know that whatever you do, we're here to help support your efforts to sell the Caribbean, the width and the breadth of the Caribbean. So, whatever we can do to help you do that, we're happy to do that at any time. Okay?
Wonderful. Thanks, everyone. We hope to see you again very soon.